Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your mid-February 2023 reading. Happy birthday, Pisces, by the way, if you're early Pisces, I should say. We're going to do just a past, present, future outcome. And in your past position, you have this luck and money card. You also have this sadness female card, this old woman card. I don't think it matters what gender you are. I feel like this is where you are right now, is in this. I'm not saying, it's going to be different for all of you, Pisces, but, some of you could be like in a little bit of a, I don't know if you're sad or if you're anticipating something, right, Pisces? And I think that's an important question that you need to ask yourself. Like, are you anxious? Are you depressed? Or are you really just anticipating some sort of change? I have the word reformulation is what's popping into my head right now. So for some of you, it's like you're reformulating something, or it's like you're approaching something in a different way. I feel like your triggers right now are things that you need to face head on. Let's just, for example, say that you're working on a project here, because you have some cards here that would represent working on a project. Miracles, Pisces, as your outcome. I like that. But let's say you're working on a project. It's like maybe Pisces, it's like, I think us Pisces, right, we can be bad at, delegating. We can be bad at telling people what to do, for example. And, I kind of feel that could be like one of the things that you have to face with this energy. I actually feel there's a lot of luck and money coming in for you. I'm pretty sure your last reading I did for you, or maybe it was just your February monthly reading, or it might have been the bonus, I don't remember. But, it had like a lot of really good money stuff in it. So I do feel there's a major focus on money for you. You even have the Nine of Pentacles, which kind of says that you're focused on money. It also would say that you're focused on your environment, and it would also say you're focused on yourself, which you have the Queen of Wands right next to it. So that's exactly what I would be focusing on, is myself. And guess what, Pisces? I am. So there you go. It's not about being selfish. It's about, I feel like you're trying to have a glow up here. I wouldn't really call this a glow up reading necessarily, because to me, there's a certain development process that's going on in your life where, it's like, sometimes I think, I say the word glow up, and to me it's something that maybe we don't really just get it, but it's like something that is gifted to us from the universe, right? This is something you're working towards. So I see it as a different type of energy, where it's like you're working towards, things that will maybe make you glow up in the future, will, kind of raise you up in some way, is what this looks like to me. But it's also something you're working on. You have the Three of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. I don't know if you saw, but the Ace of Cups came up in reverse when we first started the reading. I don't read reversals, but it is interesting. Some of you, I feel, are kind of like, again, more focused on yourself. But I do feel like you're feeling, some of you, it's like this is showing up in the past position. Probably not that big of a deal, but I do feel you feel like you would like more fulfillment. And it kind of is popping into my head in the form of answers. I'm not even getting love. I'm not even getting, anything. I feel like it's like you're looking for a direction, is really what this reading is saying to me. Like, I'm not saying that you want the universe to come in and be like, you need to work on this, right? But I do think that if you like had a dream about something where the universe, maybe the universe or God or whatever comes to you in your dream, is like, hey, this project over here is going to be the thing that makes you successful. Or, if you have a lot of options in any area of your life right now, it's almost like you're looking for an answer. I don't know like how to say what I'm trying to say, and I'll spend way too much time on this, so we're going to move on. But again, I feel like you're looking for answers. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Again, I think focusing on yourself. I'm getting like three things here. That number one, focusing on yourself and your own independence is going to be very important. She is perfectly independent. She has Six Pentacles over here, Three Pentacles over here. It kind of represents the fact that she is willing to give to other situations, these Three Pentacles, but she's not like going to overgive to any situation. So as I always say, it does not mean you're going to be alone. I know some readers read it that way, but to me, she's just independent. She's not necessarily single, right? So if you want love, there's plenty of love showing up in this reading, by the way. But the other thing I would say is that your environment, there's a snail right here, and snails wear their homes on their backs, so it can represent kind of creating an environment of success. That I would say that should be a big focus for you just in general. Anything you can do to make yourself more efficient in work, in business, and the things that you do day to day, anything that could make you feel better, like in your home or in your space or wherever you work, I would be kind of looking at those situations. I'm also getting, the third thing that I'm getting here is your focus. I feel like because you end with the Eight of Wands in your outcome, really good card. But the Eight of Wands, like, we have to like focus on one thing and and make it happen at a time. I do feel a little bit of overwhelm here, and I feel like the overwhelm could be creating the sadness, like having too many options of what you want to work on, like especially for those of you that are goal-oriented Pisces, or that are just looking for direction in life. I feel like focus is going to be helpful. I feel like there are people who will help. You have a lot of people showing up here: Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands, King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Wands, like all these people showing up here. So I feel like there could be family members or people that would be helpful for you. The King of Swords kind of represents needing to look for a mentor. It's kind of like weird because, I'm looking at this King of Swords and I feel like you have all the answers you need. It's almost as if you have learned from, people, places, things, books, experts, whatever. And it's like you have all the answers. You already know what to do, but you're maybe just not doing it. And I feel this is for those of you that are a little bit unsure about the future, right? With the Three of Cups, you have the Knight of Cups here. Definitely could be a knight in shining armor coming in for you. I mean, I feel like you kind of have options in love. You have the Queen of Wands here. Again, it's like you're working towards a glow up. I don't even think we have to glow up to attract love into our lives. I think if we're working towards it, people can smell it on you. When you're truly independent, when you truly feel like you don't need someone else, then, you're going to attract people into your life because you're truly independent, right? And you truly understand the balance in energy. So I kind of feel like a lot of you could be attracting a lot of people. Could be a water sign or earth sign. You have fire. You have basically everything here. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. I would say no rushing at this time. I would also be careful. I am getting something about scams. Like, I would just be careful of any scams. If I don't know what I'm feeling here, other than if someone's trying to push you into something, if you feel like something is pushy or forcing you to do something or whatever, I would be very careful of that energy with the Knight of Swords. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Judgment card, some sort of rebirth happening in your life at this time. I'm only literally getting the word rebirth on this card, so it could be anything. It's probably something that you've been praying for. So if you've been hoping for, I wouldn't really call this like a second chance, but, going this way, it's like you've been hoping and praying for swords for something here, Pisces, and I'm not clear exactly on what it is, but I am just getting rebirth on that card. In your current situation, you have this opportunity card, so clearly there are some big opportunities for you at this time. But you see, it's like a moon card, kind of. It even looks like the moon card. There are even kind of like two pillars on it, these two trees right here. So, I get that uncertain energy, and I also get the energy of right here, just needing to get started with that Knight of Pentacles, just needing to get moving. He's being too cautious. He's not making any moves towards his goals, even though he knows exactly what to do, right? I think the challenge for you is just having that, Pluto in your 12th house. Pluto's going into your 12th house this year. It's going to retrograde out pretty quickly, and then next year it's going to officially move into Aquarius. I don't think it's going to be bad for Pisces just in general. I actually think it's going to be really good, but I think the challenge is because 12th house, hidden mysteries, needing to look into things, death, rebirth, all that other stuff, and it's Pluto, death and rebirth, right? So I feel that energy here where it's kind of like there are some mysteries in how to get started or in like what you should be creating. I also think the challenge for Pisces is iteration, especially with Pluto in your 12th house. It's like iteration is, starting something and then needing to evolve it into something else. It's like if you want to start a YouTube channel, it's like probably what you start as is not what you're going to finish as. You might start as doing videos on one thing, but it's going to evolve over time until you figure out what you're meant to do. So the challenge for you is to realize that like whatever you're starting here, doesn't matter what it is, new relationship, new business, new YouTube channel, new whatever, it's not going to be what it is right now. And I think that's probably your biggest challenge with Pluto in going into Aquarius for you, Pisces. Plus, you have the extra burden of Saturn in your first house this year as well, which I think is going to be good because, number one, it's going to take our crazy Neptune in Pisces ideas and bring them down to Earth because Neptune is still in Pisces. But, I feel like I would get moving. You have the Queen of Wands, which basically says fortune favors the bold. The only way to find success is to be bold, to be assertive, to learn as you go. It doesn't matter what gender you are either. I really feel this is your energy. And again, I feel like you're very attractive at this time, Pisces. So, I would put in the work. I would get out there if you're looking for love. You have the King of Swords here. The King of Swords is the card of knowledge and wisdom. I kind of feel like it's weird how I'm seeing this because it's like I see it, if I zone out, I see it as all these like pieces of you, the King of Swords. I see this as like experiences, books that you've read, things that you've watched on TV. Like you have, to me, I'm almost getting like the fool's sack. You know, the fool has the little sack on his back. It says that he has everything he needs right here, right between his 2 ears to get started. And that's kind of how I'm seeing this energy right here of the King of Swords. It's almost like saying it's your wisdom, but it's almost like you need to take the knowledge and turn it into wisdom. You need to start putting in the work. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Strength card. Yeah, strength is a daily practice. I think a daily practice would be a really good idea for you. It could be anything. Journaling every single day, doing one YouTube video every single day if you want to start a YouTube channel, anything. I would kind of like start something. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. Yeah, I mean, being stubborn. I'm not calling you out here, Pisces. Like, trust me, I get it. I'm super freaking stubborn. Like, I am right there with you, right? So, I'm criticizing myself here. But I feel there's this need to be brave, The Two of Swords, the lady is normally sitting where she has always been, and there's this new island behind her. That new island is meant to represent an obstacle, but it's also a new opportunity. So I feel like you have to kind of like go towards something new. With the King of Swords, you have the Four of Wands. Yes, marriage. Definitely like solid love if you're looking for love. But I would also say that this is about kind of like, I really get this energy of like needing to cross through a threshold. It's almost like you're holding on to something that no longer serves you, even though there really aren't any cards here that would say that other than the Two of Swords, which you have twice in your reading. It's like, I feel like you will regret it if you stay stuck here. Two of Swords twice. Even the Queen of Wands, I feel like is encouraging you. Like, I feel that Queen of Wands is more like a medicine. I feel like it's more saying, if you are bold and assertive, you're going to be successful. We'll have to see what the outcome card here is. But the Four of Wands encourages you to set yourself free, outside of marriage, outside of love. It's more of a card of freedom. And if we go this way, first off, love, but also freedom. Eight of Wands is quick success, a quick conclusion. Next, in your future position, you have this card. It says, a detour is available to you right now that can be a benefit. You have this setbacks card. It says, take one step forward to make 2 steps back. That's what you're fearing. I feel like you have experienced that for a very long time. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 100 steps back. Like, I feel like it's all over the place, really. It says, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Two of Swords, right? Needing to kind of like move towards something new. You have the Four of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Swords. Four of Swords, a card of recovery, but I do feel like you're like hoping and praying and wishing for something here. There's a person receiving blessings in this stained glass window. So I feel like there are blessings that you are hoping for. And, I also feel if you kind of like focus on the blessings, Eight of Wands is a card of manifestation. It's a card of your focus. What you focus on, you will attract. So I would focus on the good stuff. Knight of Cups could be, and sorry, I'm just throwing cards as usual. Knight of Cups could be a knight in shining armor. Could be a fire sign coming in for you. You've been having fire. You've been showing up in all the fire sign readings as well, Pisces. So wouldn't surprise me if it was a fire sign that was coming in for you. I'm also getting Scorpio and water in general as well. I mean, you have basically everything here. I'd say with that King of Swords, probably someone very mature, very, I feel like they're not necessarily older than you. I feel like they're just mature. They carry themselves in a mature way. And I feel like they're ready to plant seeds. He's in front of the water here, and he's in the desert, but he could easily plant seeds in front of that water. And even though he's in the desert, his seeds will grow. So I feel like you need to plant seeds, even if you think you're in a spot where there's nothing that can grow. I feel like this person sees that in you as well. It's like maybe if there's a new person coming in for you, I feel like they see the potential. You have the Two of Swords again. Really, what I would say is that the Two of Swords says don't settle. She's like maybe trying to negotiate with herself. She might be trying to say like, oh, if I stay in this business that I've had for 10 years, I'll be able to figure out a way to fix it. I don't think that whatever your situation is doesn't matter. It's not about fixing it or not fixing it. This is about evolution. It's about, like I said, Pluto and Aquarius making a change because we have to evolve. That's like part of life. We have to keep, striving for new things, or we have to keep striving to make changes in our life or to grow, right? And people always say to me, Chris, no, we don't. We can stay exactly the same. I'm like, yeah, that's fine for you. If you want to stay exactly the same, if you just want to be the same old person that you've been for forever and you want your life to be exactly the same, then your life must be perfect, or I don't know, you're like a monk, right? But I don't know about you, but I want new experiences. I want to have new things in life. And I feel like this is saying like, stop negotiating for limitations, right? With the Four of Swords, you have the Tower. It did come up in reverse. I don't read reversals, like I said, but the Tower tower could be like some sort of tower moment that you have that, could be just a global tower moment. I would say that I feel like you're kind of avoiding a tower moment because, again, it did come up in reverse. And in the reverse, it represents avoiding tower moment. But what I would say is that the tower represents that detour card. It's like the tower represents doing things the same way over and over and over again and expecting a different result. The people inside the tower are ignoring reality. That card says there's a detour available to you right now that can be a benefit, right? And you have that, and again, it says, the other card says doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Tower. So again, I would say no repeating things. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Fool. I talked about the Fool here, Pisces, exactly what I was talking about. But someone wants to take a risk with you. So if you're looking for love, I feel like it could be coming in now. Love is really good for you when we get to like March. When we get to like March, April, May, I would say even the summer is okay for you in love. But I'd say like March, April, May. Even if someone comes in right now, maybe you start off like as friends and then it kind of builds from there. With the Two of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. This is a burden. Whatever the Two of Wands is for you, whatever you need to leave, I feel like it is a pain in the ass. Like it is just extra work, whether it's a relationship, a business, something that you're doing every single day. I feel like it makes you tired. So I would look into that, and it probably depresses you, like I said at the beginning of the reading. So that's probably where you are putting in too much work, and you need to go experience something new, something different. For your outcome, you have this Miracles card. So I do like to see this because, this reading's a little bit, it's not a bad reading at all, really, but, I feel like it's a little bit questionable as to whether or not you're going to make the change. But what I would say is this, to me, says that you're going to make the change. I feel like there are miracles that are coming in for you. Number one, I feel like there are a lot of people who are helping you at this time. Number two, I feel that if your focus is going in the right direction with the Eight of Wands, then you're going to be much more successful. So the Eight of Wands says focus on what you want, the outcome that you want, and you'll get it. I also feel like there could be good news coming in for you here. Again, Eight of Wands is a very social energy. So I really get a lot of social benefits for you if you're looking for help in like work or business or otherwise. I also feel if you're looking for love, I would socialize with that energy. You have the Page of Wands here. Like I said, I do get the feeling that someone is taking a risk on you. I mean, this could be the thing that makes you happy. It's like maybe someone reaches out to you, tells you you're interested in, tells you that they are interested in you. It could be a friend because you have so many cards of like friendship going on here that it wouldn't surprise me if it was a person who's in your social circle. Or, it could be like a new friend if you met someone new. And again, I feel like it'll move very quickly. Four of Wands to the Eight of Wands, a lot of success here, a lot of passion. But it's like they're just taking the risk is what I feel. I also feel this is encouraging you to go on the adventure. I do feel like you're very focused on your resources with the Queen of Pentacles. She is a card of resourcefulness, the card of money, of course, and she's focused on her money. I do feel like there's quick changes coming in your finances with that Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. So let's see what's going on here. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Chariot, definitely a victory. Again, momentum. I think momentum is the name of the game for you as well. When you find something that works in work, in business, and love, keep it going. The Chariot is a card of kind of like maintaining the momentum. And really both cards. The Eight of Wands is my card of momentum. So the two cards together represent like building a lot of momentum, finding success. Some of you, I do get something about the home here, like moving or needing to move or something like that. But, I don't know. I feel it'll be good for you. Definitely some victories coming in for you in the near future as well. Love it. With the Page of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Could be another water sign. You have a ton. I mean, you have everything here. You have a lot of everything here. So take it how it resonates. But I feel like it's a very kind, caring, nurturing energy. I feel like this person's it's almost like they can sense what you've been through, Pisces, is what I feel like saying. I feel like it's almost like they have a sixth sense, right? They could be very intuitive, very watery. They might be a fire sign, but they just might be very intuitive, And I feel like they know what you've been through without you even like saying it. And I feel like they don't do things that like a past person has done that trigger you. So, this person's very different. I feel like they give you their time as well as what I'm getting. And it's almost like this person, I feel like this person is very present, which maybe you've missed that in the past. Maybe people would ignore you in the past or maybe they would give attention to other people with that Three of Cups showing up here. And I feel like this person kind of changes your opinion on love if you desire to have love. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be a Capricorn as well, or someone with Capricorn in their chart. But you have like all these love cards showing up here, which is crazy. So I like to see that. I would also say if you don't want love, there's clearly, I feel like this reading is very simple. I feel like it's like one opportunity that's coming in for you that could really change your life, but you have to start iterating. You have to start like working on it. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. First, you have this endurance card. I do feel like you're kind of being rewarded for not giving up on things in your life, Pisces, like whatever your goal, wish, or dream are. And isn't it funny that I said Scorpio earlier? And this is the sun in Scorpio, so definitely could be a Scorpio. Next, you have this enthusiasm card, Page of Wands. Really all the pages that you have here, but Page of Wands is a card of enthusiasm, and I feel like you need to follow your enthusiasm. It could be someone who's on that like Scorpio, Sagittarius kind of cuspy energy here is what I'm getting, but take it how it resonates. I feel really this is talking about you moving in directions that make you happy. I feel like there are things that you are enthusiastic about, and the problem for you, Pisces, is that I feel like there's too much future projection here, which I'm pretty sure I said to you in your most recent reading. I feel like you get excited about something, and then you start thinking about all the reasons it's not going to work. So you have to prove, this reading is really, it's not a bad reading. Like I said, it's a very interesting reading, and I feel like it's saying you have to prove yourself wrong, Next, you have this indecision card, your own worst enemy, Pisces. Not making a decision, 2 of Swords twice. No negotiating with yourself. It's like if you're having to make excuses for something, I feel like it's not for you, is what this is saying. I don't think we have to make excuses for the things that are right for us. They're just right. And we don't have to come up with reasons as to, why we should stay with a person. We don't have to come up with reasons why we should stay with a business or why we should move in a new direction or why we should do our business to keep our parents happy or why we should have a career to keep our parents happy or whatever, right? We don't have to make those sacrifices, right? So I feel like something that's right is just right. Next, you have the achievement card. Definitely some achievements coming in for you, for sure. And finally, you have the choices card. Pisces, pick the new path, pick the new person, pick the new job, pick the new whatever. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You do whatever, you do you, boo, right? You do whatever you want, and no judgments here. But I really feel this reading is encouraging you to move in new directions. That's where everything you want is. Really interesting reading, Pisces. Probably the most interesting I've done in a while. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.